A drag show at a Dallas area gay bar in Texas has caused a massive stir and has kicked off a debate over whether or not children should be around drag events. The Drag Your Kids to Pride event had drag performers dancing and walking down the aisle in the center of a room, and children could be seen tipping the drag queens. Some children were also seen walking down the aisle with the dancers.
Strike the pose. Strike the pose!
Now, this event has caused outrage among anti-LGBTQ right-wing protesters. Despite the fact that the performers were clothed and engaged in non-sexual dancing, protesters chanted "Christ is King" outside the venue and carried signs saying "Stop exploiting kids." Several social media users also expressed anger, calling the event obscene and allowing children to it unacceptable.
It looks like it. You're not one of the down low brothers. Your dad probably tried to get you a lot of gay bars.
Texas Representative Brian Slatton has now said that he will introduce a legislation that will ban minors from drag shows. He also called parents who take their children to events with drag queens as perverted adults who are obsessed with sexualizing young children. Several non-Texan Republican leaders also spoke out against the event, including Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. And many have taken issue with Republican lawmakers seemingly prioritizing drag queen shows over a gun legislation in the wake of the Texas school shooting just weeks ago that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. This controversy over the event comes as Pride Month kicks off in the United States and a debate rages on across the country about the role of gender identity education for children. In the most basic sense, drag typically refers to an art form of men, either heterosexual or queer, dressing up as women for theatre, a tradition that dates back to Shakespearean days. The trans community has been integral to the development of drag. Often, drag queens use their drag for more serious activism and even light-hearted comedy or sketches. The art form of drag is not inherently sexual or tied to any one sexual orientation or identity. And over the years, as drag performances became more mainstream, it is gaining wider and younger audiences. Some children have been inspired to craft their own drag personas. Some psychologists say the idea that drag is somehow bad for children is incorrect. They say from a developmental standpoint, children have a very fluid understanding of gender, and that healthy conversations around gender roles and gender expression must be encouraged. Social conservatives may object to children being exposed to drag or cross-dressing in general, but this does not make drag inherently sexual. All said and done, parents are perfectly free to not take their children to events with drag performers, but they certainly must be free to do so if they desire. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.